Hi guys, Kevin here. Today we're fixing super crispy roasted potatoes. And the first thing you will need are the potatoes, preferably russets, because they crisp the best. So what I have here is about 4 pounds, or just slightly less, of russet potatoes, and I'm going to peel these. Meanwhile, put a big pot of water on the stove and bring it to a boil. That's about 4 quarts of water. Now, I should probably mention that peeling potatoes isn't my favorite job, so what I do to make the job a little easier is use one of these Y peelers. It has a wide blade and it makes peeling potatoes just a little bit easier to do. Let me show you. So you can take very wide strips of peel and peel a potato very quickly. Okay, I'm going to finish this and then I'll show you how to cut the potatoes. Alright, my potatoes are all peeled and I've just finished cutting them into a rough 1-inch dice. So I'm going to transfer them to a bowl and then I will meet you over at the stove. Oh, I forgot to tell you, once your water comes to a boil, preheat the oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 400 degrees if you're using a convection oven. Alright, my water is boiling at a good clip. So now add 2 tablespoons of salt. And remember, always wait until the water boils until you add the salt. Then we need to make the water alkaline. So we're going to add a ½ teaspoon of baking soda. And I learned this baking soda trick from a website called Serious Eats. Okay, now we can add the potatoes. In you go, splash. One tried to stay behind. Okay, I'm going to let these boil for about 10 minutes and then we'll be back. Now I should explain a little more about why we added baking soda to the boiling water. And I have some notes here from SeriousEats.com. Boiling the potatoes in alkaline water breaks down their surfaces, creating tons of starchy slurry for added crunch. I made these same potatoes last night, and believe me, they were really crunchy. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, now we only want to boil the potatoes until a knife can pierce them easily. So I've got my knife right here. Yep. Okay, the potatoes are perfectly cooked. In other words, you don't want to overcook them. So I'm going to cut off the heat and then we're going to drain the potatoes. Okay, I'm going to drain these in a colander while getting a nice facial. Okay, and then we're going to return the potatoes to the pot. Now the pot is still quite hot. We're going to let the potatoes sit here for just a moment while the heat helps excess moisture to evaporate. Alright, the potatoes are fairly dry, so now what we have to do is first protect our hands because this pot is still hot, and then we're going to violently shake the potatoes like this. You can go up and down. What we're doing is letting the potatoes bump into each other so that they develop a mashed potato-like exterior. If your pot is really heavy like this one, you might want to transfer the potatoes to a lightweight ball to do your shaking. Yeah, and that mashed potato crust, or that mashed potato exterior, is going to give the potatoes a very crispy crust once they roast in the oven. I feel like I'm getting a cardio workout here. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, let me show you. Ooh, hot. I hope you can see. So the exterior is very rough, and it's almost like a mashed potato exterior. Okay, I'm going to shake this for maybe another 30 seconds and then I'll come back. All right, we're looking good here. Let me move you in a little bit. Now we need to season up the potatoes. I'm going to start with 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil and some kosher salt and some grinds of black pepper. And then, where's my spatula? I'm going to toss the potatoes with the spatula just to make sure they're all coated with the olive oil and salt and pepper. Binky the kitty is playing with Avery's chew toy. That's that little rumbling sound you hear. Okay. Now we're going to transfer these to a baking sheet. Okay, on they go to the baking sheet. And then use your fingers or a spatula to spread the potatoes out into one layer. And you want, if possible, to give them a little airspace between each potato morsel. Okay, mine are looking pretty good. Yeah, I realize this is a bit of work, but believe me, the effort is going to pay off because you're going to end up with terrific, crispy roasted potatoes. All right, I'm going to pop this into the preheated oven. And again, that's 450 degrees Fahrenheit, or if you are using a convection oven, 400 degrees. And I'm going to let these roast until the tops color, and that's going to take anywhere from 20 to 30 or even 35 minutes. So we'll be back. All right, so here are the potatoes after their first sojourn in the oven. They were in there for exactly 32 minutes. The tops have turned spotty brown. And so now what you have to do is flip, either with your fingers or with tongs, every blessed morsel over so that you can brown the other side. I'm going to flip mine and then I will pop them into the oven for another 30 or so minutes until they're done, and then I will come back. Also, ooh, nice close-up. Not really. Also, I'm going to whip up a couple of omelets and lightly dress some spinach leaves to accompany my potatoes. It's going to be a nice dinner. Okay, we'll be back. All right, here are the finished potatoes. I had them in the oven for about 40 minutes and they look terrific. and I can already tell they're really crispy. So I'm going to transfer them to a platter, and I'm going to plate up my omelets and spinach greens. Okay, here they are on the platter, and they need just a little zhuzhing up. I'm going to give them a light sprinkling of kosher salt, some grinds of black pepper, and a shower of fresh minced parsley. This parsley actually came from my garden. It's almost November, but the parsley is thriving out there. Okay, have a look. Beautiful. Okay, let me fetch the omelets. Actually, before I grab the omelets, let me have a taste. This is still really hot. Look at this, nice and golden. Oh, wow. Can you hear the crunch? So the potatoes are crispy, crunchy on the outside and creamy and fluffy on the inside. I think they're addicting. I could eat all of them. Okay, here are the omelets. These are cheddar cheese omelets, and I did top them with parsley. And the omelets actually only take like 60 seconds each to make. Here are the potatoes and some lightly dressed baby spinach greens. This is Mr. Fox's serving. This is my serving. And here's some potatoes left over. All right, we're going to take our omelets and potatoes and greens upstairs and have a nice casual meal in front of the TV. I hope you will give these crispy roasted potatoes a try. Also, I hope you will like and subscribe and tap the little bell icon to receive notifications. Also, please post a comment below. I do read all of your comments, and I really love hearing from you. You make my day, okay? And I will see you very soon with another delicious recipe. Okay, bye for now.